part B.2, redirect a request for question number 13 of HW1. Now, look at the question. Which of the following types of URLs can be used to redirect by the send redirect of HTTP servlet response object? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 3 options. First, any URL. Second, only URLs of resources in the same web application. Yeah. Same, because when you do redirect a request, you are in the current web application, right? Current. So same web application as the current one. Only URLs of the resources in the same web server. Yeah. Web server, in one web server, you can put many web applications, right? So here, you only want to send resources in the same web server, but different web applications. So these 3 cases. Yeah. All right. We need to understand the way to do the redirect. Yeah. All right. First, for the redirect example, in our project 1, we did it, right? Project 1, our welcome page, we redirect the request to the servlet, to our list problem servlet. Yeah. So the example you can find, yeah, because you may like to see one example, right? Yeah. Example, so in our project 1, yeah, welcome page. Redirects the request to the list servlet. All right. Yeah. The reason, I explained the reason before why we do this redirect, because the servlet logical name cannot be used as the welcome page. So we create a physical JSP welcome page. Inside this page, we redirect requests to the servlet so that we can call the servlet when our users visit this web application. That is the reason. All right? Yeah. So other than that, next, we need to understand how it works for the redirect action. Yeah. All right. First, yeah, let us recall the request response cycle, communication cycle. Okay. Yeah. So let's start with request response communication cycle. There is one cycle. So this cycle corresponds to one concept called the request scope concept. Okay, so the data placed in the request scope is available in this whole cycle. Out of the cycle, that data is not available. Yeah, so you have that. Okay, all right. Second, now we can do the redirect. We can look at redirect way. What do we really do? So when you do the redirect, right? So what do? You terminate the current request scope. Okay, the first step. Then, and make the web browser to start a new request with a given URL. Because when you do a request, you need to use a URL to start a request, right? Yeah. But here it tells you make the web browser to do that. How does the web browser to make a request? Okay, yeah. So the web browser make a request. So here, the main thing is the new request starts from the web browser. All right. With this fact, can you answer the question here? When you type a URL in a web browser, it's a brand new request. All right. So this new request, it is a brand new request, completely new request. This new request has nothing to do with the previous request. Previous request is gone. Already it completes. Now you start a fresh new request. It has nothing to do with the previous request. What kind of URL can you type in a web browser, right? Do you have any restriction on it? Yeah. So here, let me just another hint for this question. Any restriction on the URL, type it in the web browser, because it is a fresh request. In a web browser, the URL bar, you can type any URL, right? Do you have any restriction on it? It is a fresh request. It has nothing to do with the previous request, right? So hopefully you can understand the way that how to send a new request from the web browser. That corresponds to the redirect a request, a new request. Redirect a request. All right? Yeah. So that's the background information for this redirect. Yeah. But the next question, we will look at another important related concept called a forward. Forward and redirect closely related, but completely different. Very different. And we compare redirect and forward. So this is a very important topic. So we need to understand. Yeah. All right. So let us finish our B.2 video right here. Yeah.